Good day, I am Drux Malan from Meridian Realty. I've been in the residential real estate market in Stellenbosch for the last 17 years. We always joke that years in property are like dog years, so multiply it by 7, it's a long time. Now, I like to keep in touch with my clients in Welgevonden estate by doing a yearly property market update that simply analyzes trends so that you can see where the property market is going and make informed decisions. Now, once a year, I like to keep contact a bit more regularly than that, so after each first semester I usually do a semester report that I send out to my database so that they just can see what trends are emerging. Now, if we look at 2019, we had a drop in the average house price of 4.2%, so it's been moving towards a buyer's market in 2018 and 2019 after years of steady and sometimes exponential growth. Now, if we look at 2020, the first semester, we had the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown throwing a huge spanner in the works. But strangely enough, if we look at the first semester of 2019, there were 14 units sold, and the first semester of 2020, another 14 units sold. So the market maintained the same level of activity. Traditionally, it gets busier in the second semester of a year, but that's decent activity. If we look at the first semester of 2019, the prices range between 1,375,000 for a tiny little house of just over 60 square meters without a garage requiring lots of work, to a record price that's still the record price of 4,950,000. And that was on one of Welgevonden's biggest stand, over 500 square meters, and a big house with a double garage and all the bells and whistles. Fast forward to the first semester of 2020, our lowest price was 1,550,000. It's a very neat, well-kept 2-bedroom unit in the old area. It's your typical lock up and go, but small, 106 square meters for undercover areas and 128 square meters your stand. And the maximum price, we didn't nearly reach that maximum again. It was 3,050,000 on a corner stand, modern house, double garage. Stands about 200 square meters, just over that, and the house 175, situated across from a park, which is a big selling point in Welgevonden. Now, if we look at the average prices that we had in the first semester of 2019, it was just over 2.6 million. And if we look at the first semester of 2020, it was just under 2.2 million. Now, if we compare prices, if we compare to the average of 2019, we have a 6% drop in prices again here in the first semester of 2020. If we go and compare semesters, then it's going to be much more, but that's not a fair comparison because we had that big maximum price of 4,950,000. In Afrikaans, we call it an uitskieter. I have yet to find a good English word for that. But that's the trend that is going on. So we are definitely in an increasingly strong buyer's market. What are the trends emerging? What I can see is we have, at one stage in Welgevonden, we thought the days of houses selling under 2 million are gone, but it is re-emerged, and we had 5 units selling for under 2 million, and then several more, but it's just between 2 million and 2.2 million. So that's where all the activity sits. And if we look at 3 million and above, there was only one sale. So what we can see from this is the activity is there. The buyers are definitely looking. Since we moved to lockdown level 3, where we could operate again, we had a slew of sales here at Meridian Realty, and I'm sure the rest of the property market can also say the same. So there's activity, but your buyers are very discerning. They don't want to extend themselves to the maximum. They have in their minds what they're going to pay. They try their offer, and if they don't get it, they move on to the next house because there's a lot of houses on the market. So if you're a seller and you want to sell, even though it's not the ideal circumstances, what do you do? Now, firstly, don't delay the decision because there's nothing that says it's going to be better in 6 months' time. There's nothing to indicate that. I do not have a crystal ball, but that seems to be the trend. Don't delay because the buyers move in waves. There's a wave of activity and then it dies off again. Secondly, the same things when selecting an agent still applies. You've got to have somebody that has the experience to price your property correctly. It's not simply about knowing the sales statistics. We can all get sales statistics these days with various online platforms. That person needs to have the experience to have been able to actually physically see those houses that sold on the inside and the outside, so that they can compare oranges to oranges and not apples to oranges. Then technology has always been important, that is the trend, but it's never been more important than now, because we all have different reactions to COVID-19. Some of us are a lot more fearful than others, but the fact remains we have to be careful, so we want to limit physical contact, and that's where technology comes in. So not only do you need professional photographs, you also need video and virtual tours, so that the prospective buyer can look at everything that he can online. And we also have a nice tool called Matterport, where it basically constructs and deconstructs your home, floor plan, virtual tour, all in one, so your prospective buyer can sit behind his laptop and he can even take measurements for his furniture before he actually has to go and physically view the house. Therefore, we limit personal contact, and Meridian Realty has always been on the cutting edge of these technological developments. If you want to buy, there's never been a better time to buy than now. We've got record low interest rates, and we've got banks that are very willing to grant mortgages again. We've even had the odd client getting a mortgage at prime minus 2%, even when prime rate is as low as it is. So there's never been a better time to buy than now. So you'll see my contact details on the screen. If you want to receive a written report and you haven't already, please hit me up. If you want to sell, please give me a ring. If you want a valuation, feel free to contact me. If you want to buy, please contact me. You are spoiled for choice in this market. Or if you just want to chat about a market and have a few questions, give me a call. Thank you.